Everyone, so today we've got something a little bit spicier and more special than our run-of-the-mill, and our run-of-the-mill is already kind of an exotic and high-end thing. But we're going to open this. I'm a bad person, we're doing that the wrong way. But we're going to open the correct side and dive into this guy and have some fun. So this is the brand new Maison Galactique release from T Henri, a Hyperluxe collection. They only did 149 of these in each colorway, which very exclusive release there. But yeah, the the packaging on this alone is insane. They've done some really cool stuff with the frame design as well, including a little piece of meteorite in the temples. I'll show you that when we get to it because there's some really cool details here. But even the packaging just on the boxing is absurd. So we've got our nice little foam top here. You guys from the motorcycle world are gonna get this real quick. We're gonna pull this guy out of here, but that is fully encased in nice little foam bits there. I'm just gonna throw that to the side because we don't care about that, at least not for today. So, got this. There we go. As I said, the Galactique release. It is, yeah, absolutely phenomenal. I had it right side up the first time. My bad. Anyways, let's get into this bad guy. So, as I mentioned, you motorcycle people are going to catch real quick. You've got this nice, if you buy helmets often, you get something just like this very regularly, and you have a bunch of these laying around because we're all addicts when it comes to these things, right? You got to have the new paint scheme. Well, you got to have the new color scheme too. And this, if I can ever get the thing open, we're going to have fun with it. What do we got here? Ah, a haul. I didn't catch that in the first one. You've got right off inside the bag your little limited edition book that tells you exactly what you've got. T Henri, some meteorites coming down there, kind of embossed into it. This is a really nice little book on its own. It tells you it's a limited edition piece. Of course it is. This is the CO2 model, which if you are familiar with the brand, you're going to recognize the design pretty quickly, as it is, I don't want to say a revisit because it is from the ground up new model, but you'll notice some little details that are familiar to the T Henri brand. Let's put it that way. So we're gonna get this little white guy out of the way, the little sleeve. As I mentioned, the box and the packaging on these is insane. This box is almost as big as me, but now you've got the black on gold, absolutely phenomenal finish. Even the box is nice. So, it wouldn't be a proper unboxing if I didn't unbox with our little galaxy planet thing going on here right in front of the camera. And that is, by the way, that's magnetic. That's full send on this thing. So we're going to throw that back. Of course, inside Maison Galactique as well. The gold on, black on gold. More foamy bits. And then our nice little, oh, that's a nice surprise. Number 19 out of 149 for our CO2 in the store. There is your little certificate card that certifies, all signed, all the details, and the numbers in white on the black. Of course, from the Maison Galactique collection. So what's really cool, they actually add the details about the meteorite on these. So this one tells you it is an authentic, I'm not even going to try that, meteorite. And it is believed to be the Earth's oldest meteorite. So you people that know these things are going to tell me what that name is, and I'm going to feel terrible about it. I should have looked that up. In our atmosphere, at a staggering 61,200 miles per hour, is the fastest thing on Earth. That's what you get here. It's all about speed. Roughly 1 million years ago. Cool. All right, listen. I used to be a science nerd. I used to love all the meteorite type stuff, but those days are long since past. Now it's all the hot rods and the exotic cars. But what we care about right now is the glasses, and I love them. Yeah, so right off you have your little pouch for these guys. I'm going to say I'm not a huge fan of this. I get it, but I like their regular cases much, much more. So you've also got a special Japanese silk cloth that come with these that it does go into the Galaxy theme. I'm not going to open this guy up, but I like that it's got the soft, silky outside. But you automotive guys are going to notice you actually have this nice tighter double weave inside that's going to be really good for cleaning the lenses on these. That's actually something I don't often see in the optical world, so I'm actually happy to see that. I use a similar rag in my shop, but I don't see anybody else do that. We should put those on the website, shouldn't we? I'll work on that. So another cool little touch, at least I think is a cool little touch, is this guy. So this is a nice little bit of packaging. I got to sit this thing down because I've got so much stuff going on here. You guys have seen the box. The box is beautiful. The box is big. Big sexy over there. This guy is for actually holding and displaying your Maison Galactique piece right where it should be. Look at the finish on this. That is absolutely absurd, guys. I don't know how many of you are in the automotive paint world or even the piano finish world. Like this is, there's almost no distortion in that back. Oh, beautiful. Anyways, you care about the front and the glasses and the displaying of things, so we're going to get to that in just a second. What you really care about is what's in here. So we're going to open up this cute little pouch. That's part of why I don't like it. And reveal what you really want to see. It comes from inside. You got to get in there and get this guy out. That's what we actually care about. So, we got our CO2 in the Twilight colorway, because what other colorway are you going to order the Galactic piece in? Come on. I did get the Mega in Equinox, but it just felt right for that frame. So the Twilight colorway is a deep navy blue with gold adornments throughout and a few silver details for pop and contrast. As I mentioned, we do have that meteorite piece out here at the back. I'll see if I can get a nice detail shot of that actually separately. But right off, just how light passes across this is beautiful. What you won't see really at all, I haven't seen this anywhere until Tyler did it for his release, is this two-piece temple core. So the titanium temple core is custom made for them to begin with, but it is actually done in two parts on this particular model with the meteorite adornment at the back. This little hinge cap here is just absurd to begin with. And now that we're not covering as much area here, let's get in where we can actually see this guy really good, because you care more about seeing this than me, right? So the beautiful detailing, you can't quite make it out on here, but you can see the little slats and lines that meteorites are known for in jewelry. But again, look at the finish quality on this guy. This is absurd. There's no sort of waving, no sort of little divots, anything like that going on here. And I really love the brushed finish on this to give it a little more pop and detail. But the way the light catches, even on that inner temple core, just inside that acetate, is phenomenal. You can tell they spent a ton of time making everything perfect with these guys. Now, while we've got the focus up here, we're going to come around to the front. You can see that T Henri logo, just like the other frames. It is enamel infill that is baked. You don't have to worry about that coming out later. Still, that beautiful finish rolls all the way across the front. Again, no divots, nothing missed. Just a beautiful smooth finish. A deep TV bevel inset here to give it a little bit more character and depth. And of course, as I always love, you'll catch me point this out every single time I see it done, that brow line is lightly faceted just so you get that little pop of light that rolls across. There we go. So when you're out in the sun, that's really going to make this look much more jewel-like. But then what I mentioned you might recognize from some of the earlier releases, the Corsa and the Hydra, if you've been a T Henri fan for a while, is that signature center bridge. Now this is not the same bridge, this is redesigned, and you've got 4 bolts holding that in, all Torx bits, so all the high grade stuff you're used to. The hinges, oh my God, we're not even going there. These are, yeah. All custom made. Incredible detailing on the hinge itself, as well as that cap that is riveted around it with the T Henri logo there. You got Maison Galactique there. One thing you may or may not notice is the extra cut back here. And that's just going to make the fit and feel of these a lot more comfortable. Also make that adjustability really good on these. Sizing, we have a 50-23, so that is going to give you 50 millimeters here, 23 millimeters between the two lenses, and you got about a 5 millimeter horn here. So I'm going to say we're right around 140 millimeters in fit. Good for a medium to average size face. Overall weight, now with all of this detailing, you would expect this to have some serious heft to it. And while it does have some heft to it, it's not like it is just insanely heavy. And on the face, of course, that's where it matters. It actually feels really good. The fact they've done the titanium pad arms with the ceramic pads on this adds an even more heightened level of feel and finish, just because you can adjust and really fine tune and get that fit exactly right. The great thing on this, the size of these pads is well chosen for this frame. I actually see this as a mistake very, very often. The frame, even this large, will go with a very small pad. So that's going to give you a contact area very similar if they had molded in the bridge to the acetate, but limited it to only be able to fit a few people. Instead, this is going to be able to be adjusted and fitted to almost anyone. The balance is already good. I do feel it a little bit on my nose, but again, I haven't adjusted this frame, and I am not going to do that because I'll go home with it. And we're not having that, at least not today, unfortunately. So the detailing on this one, when you actually wear it, is really something spectacular. At least I think it is. Give me just a second here because I am a terrible person. There we go. So just on the face, it has a really nice strong presence to it without being super overpowering. All the details come to life very nicely, and I really like just that detail of the temple core there. Especially on the Twilight colorway, it pops. It has a lot of extra presence. The bridge isn't super overpowering and just draws the eye in, and that's something I see done fairly often, is actually the bridge is just way too much when it's an accent like that. But this one is really well done, even though it isn't that gold, because it's drawn out a little bit from those gold details on either side. And then, of course, that brushed silver brings it back just a little bit more. Now, I did promise you we were going to get back to this guy, so we're going to do that now. And we're not going to take these off with one hand. Oh, it just feels nice. Oh, like, listen. I know I bragged about this on the Sion, but oof. So let's see what we've got here. We have a very strong little magnetic clasp in here. And feed our temples in through there. And she just sits beautifully in there, clasps into place, and you are ready to absolutely blast off or display these beauties wherever you wish. They're just as home on the mantle as they are on your face. There we go. Now we can see that beautiful Twilight colorway actually set against the black. It shows very well. So that is it. Gone. Now, being what it is, hyper limited collection, this video probably isn't going to be relevant for super long, but I don't care because I just wanted to see it, and it had to happen. And I wanted to play with these frames and show you guys something really cool that you might never actually get to see and touch. I'll have these on the website. That's all I have to say about it. They'll be on the website. I don't know for how long. We'll see. But that's all I've got on these. You guys let me know your thoughts on them below. I know somebody's going to give me a small heart attack over not mentioning price point on these. I feel like if you stuck around for this video, you have some idea how heartbreaking that already is going to be. It is also tagged in the video directly to the product link. These guys are going to be just shy of $2,500 tax ship all, depending on where you buy from and what your tax laws are. Probably a little less than that, just because some of you get away without taxes, depending on where shipping comes from. The good fun of the internet. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on these. I'm going to go back to drooling over these, get them back up in the shop where they belong. You guys have a great evening, and yeah, just take care.